He tells himself that that SD card is actually GPS tracked and that he will be able to keep a close eye on his wife. Behind him, his wife asks him to hand her her heels. The man then attaches the tracking device to it and hands it to her. The woman thanks her partner for handing her her heels. The young husband then asks where she's going so well dressed. She says that she's going out to visit her friend's mother, who's in the hospital. Her partner then asks if she wants him to go with her. The woman says that it won't be really necessary. Suddenly, the woman receives a call from a man named Martin. Martin waits impatiently, wondering why his lover is taking so long. Her partner finds it odd and asks if she's going to pick it up. The blonde woman says that it must be a spam call. Her partner says that it can be her friend's mother or something. The woman then agrees and decides to pick it up. She answers the call, and her lover says that he thought she wasn't going to answer it. Her partner watches her talk on the phone. Her lover says on the phone that he can't wait to see her. The woman says that it might be a bit late to go, but she will be there soon. The lover says that she's waiting for her in the same location as ever and asks her to be quick. The blonde woman then tells her lover that he can relax because she will arrive. Her lover says that he really needs to see her. The blonde woman then says that she understands. She tells him that she will be in there in about 5 minutes. She hangs it up, and her partner, pretending not to suspect anything, asks her if she's okay. She says that, of course, and that everything is just perfect as usual. Her partner wishes her a good day and says that he's going back to work. He awkwardly hugs his partner and walks away, looking disgusted. He then returns and decides to watch his partner from a safe distance. He tells himself that he knows what his wife is up to and that she probably doesn't know what he has in store for her. The blonde woman then puts her heels on and picks up her phone. She calls her friend. Her friend picks it up. She tells her friend that she needs her help. Her friend asks what she needs. She says that she wants her to tell her husband that she's with her if he calls. Her friend asks if something happened. The wife says that she's preparing a surprise party for her husband and that she really wants her to help her out with that. Her friend then says that it's fair enough. The blonde woman thanks her friend and says that she knew she could count on her. She then hangs it up. Her husband then decides to approach and surprise his wife. He asks what she's still doing in there. The blonde woman tells her husband, Fernando, that he really scared her. Fernando says that he's really sorry and that he didn't mean it. The blonde woman tells him not to worry about it and that it's fine. Fernando says that he had to return because he forgot his laptop. The wife says that she understands. Fernando asks if she needs a lift to the hospital. The wife says that she's fine and that she prefers not to bother him. Fernando says that he would gladly take her to the hospital. The blonde woman says that she prefers to get a cab. Fernando says that it's fair enough and asks Lucy, his wife, if she's telling him the truth. Confused, she asks what he is talking about. Fernando says that he's only joking. Lucy asks if he's suspicious of her. Fernando says that he knows she wouldn't be capable of lying to him. Lucy says that he scared her again. Fernando tells her to relax. Lucy says that she needs to go. She picks up her purse, kisses her partner, and leaves. Fernando appears to be fuming. Later that day, Fernando is stalking his wife's GPS. He says that he reckons he got the right directions and that he's about to end it all up. He starts to follow his wife, asking himself about what she is hiding from him. Lucy looks back, suspecting something. Fernando then realizes it and hides once again. He tells himself that he knew she was lying to him. Meanwhile, Lucy says that she's feeling like she's being followed. Fernando then carefully follows his wife's step. Lucy then gets a call from her desperate lover, who tells her to hurry up. Lucy tries to calm him down, saying that she really needs him to relax and keep his cool. Her lover asks if she thinks they're safe. Lucy says that, of course, they are because her husband wholeheartedly trusts her. She tells him that she's arriving and hangs it up. Fernando keeps following her. He tells himself that he knew the whole hospital story was made up and that he's about to put an end to that farce. Meanwhile, Lucy receives another call from her husband. She calls him an idiot and picks it up. Her husband asks her if she's okay and if she arrived at the hospital. The blonde woman claims that she's in there. Her husband asks if she's sure, and she confirms. She says that, in fact, she's buying something to eat. Her husband asks for the name of the hospital. She says that she's in a hospital in the town center. Her husband gives her some clues, which makes her very confused. He claims to be joking because he wouldn't be able to join her. His wife says that it's fine. Lucy says that she needs to hang it up because she needs to give Lorena and her mother some support. She hangs it up and keeps walking to the location where she's going to meet her lover. Fernando continues to follow her. He bumps into a young man and steals his clothes. He puts it on and continues to follow his wife's steps. Meanwhile, Lucy says that she can't wait to see the love of her life. She checks herself with her mobile phone camera while her husband, Fernando, is watching her right behind, in disguise. Fernando follows behind. He picks up his phone and says that he has the secret weapon and that he won't tolerate that any longer. Suddenly, he loses his GPS signal, which makes him really angry. He removes his disguise and says that he won't allow her to escape. Meanwhile, Lucy finally meets her lover. She hugs him. Her lover says that he thought she wasn't coming. Lucy says that she always goes to their dates. The lover says that it's true and asks why she took so long that day. She says that her stupid husband is a bit odd, asking her some strange questions. She asks her lover if he thinks she should be concerned. Her lover kisses her neck and says that he doesn't really know. Her lover then asks how she managed to fool her husband. She says that she claimed that her friend's mother was really ill in the hospital. Her lover laughs and says that she's a good liar. She puts her hands on his bum and asks what his excuse was for his absence. The lover says that he told her that she was in a very important business meeting. Lucy says that she admires his lying skills. Lucy then tells her lover that she thinks it's best for them to leave that place because she's feeling like someone's watching her. Her lover looks around, confused. Lucy explains that she's feeling like someone's following her. Her lover tells her to stop saying that. She says that she's only being honest. Her lover says that the only person who would follow her is her husband, but he's nowhere to be seen. Lucy says that it sounds right and that Fernando is too stupid to follow her. Her love says that he wouldn't tempt it because a jealous man would do anything. She says that it's best for her to leave. Her lover insists that she stay and says that he's going to investigate to see if he finds something. He tells her to wait there because he's coming back in a moment. As he leaves to investigate, Lucy tells herself that her stupid husband will never suspect anything and that she can't wait to have a great time with her lover. Meanwhile, Martin is walking around the area to investigate when suddenly he bumps into Fernando. Martin looks surprised to see him there. Fernando shakes his hand and says that it's a nice surprise to see him. Martin says that he can say the same about him and asks what he's doing in there. Fernando asks him why he looks so stressed out. Martin says that he's only surprised to see him in a place like that. Fernando says that he loves that kind of place, while Martin is the kind of man who hates it. He says that he has known him for years, and that was actually the first time he saw him there. Martin says that he was passing by and just decided to get some fresh air. Fernando says that it sounds really dodgy to him. Martin says that it's just something new to him. Fernando says that it's fair enough and asks Martin about his mother-in-law. Martin asks what he means by her. Fernando says that his wife told him that she was terminally ill. Martin says that, of course, he knows and that, in fact, he was going to the hospital. Fernando says that it sounds great to him. He says that his wife, Lucy, and Lorena are in there. Fernando asks him to take care of Lucy there. Martin says that, of course, and that they have to look after each other. Fernando says that he wholeheartedly trusts him. Martin shakes his hands and says that he's happy to know it and that he needs to go visit his mother-in-law. He says that he's going to take them to a restaurant afterwards. They shake each other's hands and leave in opposite directions. Fernando then stops for a bit and starts to think about the combination of events. He says that it's odd that Martin and Lucy are in the same place, and then Martin tells him the same made-up story. He says that he can't believe it's what he's thinking. He says that he's going to investigate it. Moments later, Martin approaches Lucy, desperate. She asks what's going on. He says that she wouldn't believe in who he just found in the street. He says that they need to leave immediately. Confused, the woman asks why he's acting so strangely. She refuses and asks what's going on. Martin says that he bumped into her husband. Hiding in the bushes, Fernando hears it and says that he can't believe it's indeed Martin. He says that he can't believe he was that stupid. Fuming, he says that he's going to do something about it. He picks up his phone and calls Lorena. He reveals that her husband is cheating on her with his wife and tells her to come to the location he's going to share with her as soon as possible. Meanwhile, Lucy refuses to believe that Fernando was around that area. Martin tries to convince her to get out of that place. Lucy says that it can't be because he's working in his office. Martin says that he just saw him. Lucy then gets desperate and says that he can't see them because he would literally kill them. Martin then convinces her to escape with him. Lucy kisses him on the way, trying to make him feel calmer, but he insists that they shouldn't stop for anything. Suddenly, they're caught by Fernando and Lorena. They approach them, clapping and saying that they're looking fantastic together. Fernando asks about the hospital. Lucy says that she knew he was following her. He says that she was so distracted about dating her lover that she didn't realize that he had put a GPS on her heels. He takes off her heels and explains that that was the device that he used to track her. She says that she can't believe it. Lorena says that she's a snake in the grass. Lucy says that she can explain the whole thing. Lorena says that it's all very clear to her. Lucy, crying, swears to her friend that it's not what it seems. Fernando laughs and says that he can't believe it. Lorena asks her husband when he and his all-aged best friend started dating. Martin says that it's not what it seems. Lorena calls him a traitor. Fernando then accuses Lucy of seducing him. Lucy, who is very angry, accuses him instead. Fernando says that they're disgusting. Lucy sheds her tears, begging for forgiveness. Fernando says that he would never forgive her for something like that. Lucy says that it was just a mishap and that she really loves him. She continues to beg for forgiveness. Fernando shouts at her and says that he will never forget her. Lucy tries to hug him and he pushes her off. He tells her that she has 1 hour to go to his house and pick up her things before he throws them all in the street. She cries and says that he can't do that to her because she doesn't have any money or somewhere to go. Fernando says that she should have thought about it before doing what she did. She begs for forgiveness, but Fernando doesn't let her touch him. Lorena then tells Martin, her husband, that there's no need for him to go home because she threw all his stuff away. Martin asks why she did that. Lorena says that he knows exactly why, and she tells him to stop being stupid. Martin says that it was just a stupid mishap and that it didn't mean a thing to him. Lucy asks what he's talking about. Lorena tells the two of them that they won't see them ever again. Lucy keeps begging for forgiveness. Fernando says that he's fed up with a bunch of traitors and calls Lorena to go away with him. They walk away. Martin tries to follow them, but Lucy insists that he stay there with her. Lucy says that she loves him and that he should stay. Martin says that their relationship was just a big adventure and that he never wanted any commitment. Lucy asks if he's serious. Martin says that, unfortunately, he doesn't. He says that he needs to go, and he leaves her behind to chase Lorena. Lucy is then left alone. Desperate, she wonders what to do without money or somewhere to live. She breaks down, crying.